anything for any of us to complain about. We got enough to complain about.
We sure do.
Although you're wearing your black and gold today, so you know,
I like
still in
it.
the spirit, even though we broke that
Still
winning
there.
streak.
It's okay. That next week.
That was a different team we saw yesterday.
Yeah, I think there's some cause for concern after that game. I'm not sure there's cause for alarm, but still, you know, only next Sunday we'll answer the question, was yesterday an aberration or the continuance of a trend? For the second straight game, the Saints never led for all 60 minutes of regulation. But unlike a week ago, the Saints could never even draw even at any point yesterday. Could never benefit from a blown call by the officials to force overtime, and could never overcome the injured absence of key defensive performers. Despite returning the second half kickoff, the Saints yesterday were scoreless in the third quarter for the second consecutive game, and have been outscored 16-3 in the third quarter of their 3 losses. While missing both starting cornerbacks and with Kenny Vaccaro looking nothing like his pre-groin injury self, the Saints surrendered completions of 53, 38, 31, and 31 yards, along with a 48-yard pass interference penalty. On this day, in the matchup of the 2 most surprising teams in the NFC, the Rams were clearly the better team in all areas, deserving of the slight favorites role the odds makers had forecast. In the next 2 games, the Saints must reheat quickly to match the temperature of the Panthers and Falcons, who recently have. The Panthers on a 4-game winning streak, the Falcons winners of their last 3. This is the kind of December crucible that has the NFL schedule maker wringing his hands in delight. 4 of the Saints' last 5 games against NFC South opponents, 2 of those being the Falcons in the space of 3 games. All 4 NFC South teams with 3 of their final 5 games at home. The Panthers and the Falcons rounding into the teams everyone thought they would be. The Saints anxious to return to the team they have recently been. Yesterday, but a pothole on the unexpected road to the NFC South title. It'll be jumping in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome on Sunday. That's the safest prediction I can make.
Yes. Hopefully it's a small pothole that we can pave and everything.
And eventually pave in 3 or 4 years. No.
No, exactly. No.
3 or 4
days. The kid Lattimore, I mean, is he going to be back, you think?
Well, Wednesday's the first injury report, and that's going to be key, I think, to see what's on there, who's on there, what their status is, because they've got to get him back. He and Crawley were missed so badly. It's just a huge drop-off from your top 2 corners to the people that replaced them, so they've got to be back. And the Saints have some other things to look at as well. Teron Armstead's injury, I think, is one that's troubling because it makes the whole offensive line really in flux. So there are a bunch of things that have to get better this week, including the health of some key players.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
Jim Henderson's Black and Gold Review is sponsored by your Southern Quality Ford dealer, built Ford tough. And 2017 Nissan Titan, with America's best bumper-to-bumper limited truck warranty, Nissan Titan. Take on any job. And Slidell Memorial Hospital, in partnership with Oshner.
Here's a quick slant, and it's an easy touchdown. All the time in the world, throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown.
Too much of that is why all good things must come to an end for the Saints. The 8-game win streak is over. Alongside the voice, Jim Henderson, I'm Juan Kincaid, and to quote Sean Payton, we just weren't good enough.
No, in every area and in every way. I think there's a lot of documentation for that.
You're right. Let's get right to the headlines. Headline number 1, West Coast wake-up call. They certainly got themselves one on Sunday.
Well, 8-game winning streak, you know, wasn't going to last forever, but I think the way that they lost in this game was distressing. They never led. They never tied the Rams. The Rams really permitted the Saints to score a late touchdown to make the margin of victory 6 points, but, you know, it just felt like a lot more than that.
We're talking about practice, Jim. Practice. Sean Payton said it was okay at best all week long, and that's why you got what you got.
I don't know. You couldn't find many players to agree with him, though. Yeah. And Drew Brees is never going to give his team an out or offer an excuse. Maybe that was the case. We talked about this after the game as well. You know, I think it's hard to concentrate around a holiday, a short week for the Saints, and that they went out there on Friday. It's just a different week. Everybody that's in the NFL wants to stay on the same schedule all the time, be as consistent as ever, and the holidays don't really permit that.
I have a feeling practice will be a lot tougher this week. Headline number 2, blip on the radar. This loss and how they lost are a sign of things to come.
All sorts of season lows, plays, rushing attempts, first downs, time of possession. Just 5 first downs in the first half. The Saints were woeful on their own third down conversion rate offensively. Sean Pazan's going to look into that in our film study.
It's a tough way to watch this football team play last Sunday, but you get the feeling with the games that are coming up, 4 of the 5 against division opponents, it will turn itself around. Something's going to rear.
Well, you'd like to think so. I think it's going to start with better health, particularly on defense. Alex Okafor's not coming back. Hopefully the 2 cornerbacks will, because they were really missed yesterday.
Okay, headline number 3, and for the second straight week, playing from behind again. It's become a bad habit for this team over the last couple weeks.
And you wonder, did things come too easily in that Buffalo game when they were in the midst of that terrible 3-game slump? Talking about the Bills, they've since rectified that, but the Saints got anything they wanted in that game, in both the running game and the passing game, and that's the last time that they led in regulation.
It's interesting, last week, Breeze said they got more out of the Washington comeback than they did out of that Buffalo game.
Yeah, because I think that things just came too easily for them against Buffalo. And that's not going to happen every week. You're going to have to come back, and you're going to have to make plays under pressure, as the Saints did last week for the first time against Washington. That certainly didn't translate to yesterday.
Let's get you to headline number 4, and you kind of figured this was going to happen a little bit. Cornerback questions. Look, Ken Crawley, Lattimore, they both didn't play, Jim. But the guys that played in their place, they didn't play either.
Well, it's such a drop-off. I mean, I think Ken Crawley's been one of the biggest surprises on this team, and he's been solid at the other corner. We all know what Marshawn Lattimore means to this team. Going to be important to see the first injury report on Wednesday and see who practices and who doesn't, because their return to good health is going to do an awful lot for this football team defensively. Davante Harris has had his opportunities before. He played 67.5% of the defensive snaps, most since week 1 at Minnesota. He played pretty poorly in that, and even more poorly the next week against the Patriots. Was benched for Crawley after that. He had to play yesterday, and he was benched in the second half for Sterling Moore, who was just added to the team off the street.
So as we go to the next game against the Panthers, let's say Lattimore and Crawley still aren't ready to play. Do you trust Harris in there again, or have they turned the page?
I think probably. My guess would be they'd go with Sterling Moore, who played pretty well last year, but not well early enough this season to stay on the roster. You know, I just wonder if maybe Sean Payton has seen enough of Davante Harris. It wasn't only in coverage, but missed tackles, miscommunications, that early quick touchdown to Watkins. Not that maybe anybody could have defended that, but that just set the tone for the whole day. And he wasn't the only guy out there who had a bad game defensively. Kenny Vaccaro did as well. But I just wonder if it isn't time, and maybe Sean Payton thinks it's time to move on from Harris.
You might be right. Let's move on to headline number 5. Cam Jordan, Alvin Kamara, both had excellent games, Jim, and neither guy got much help.
Boy, I don't know what more Alvin Kamara can do. You know, I guess you could put him in the return game, and he might help there. I know a lot of people said, well, they should have run him more. Maybe the fact they only use him in the way that they do keeps him as fresh as he is, but boy, what a special talent he is. First Saints rookie to score a touchdown in 5 consecutive games. That surpasses Dante Stallworth, who had 4 in 2002. First NFL player since Herschel Walker in 1986 with 500 rushing and 500 receiving yards in his first 11 games. He also matched Gale Sayers in another couple of categories rookie-wise. Those are 2 pretty good running backs in Gale Sayers and Herschel Walker in both phases. The 74-yard touchdown run, Saints' longest play of the season. The guy is just so special in so many ways, and hopefully he can stay healthy for a long, long time.
You do hope that. On the defensive side of the ball, Alex Okafor obviously out for the season, but you saw Cam Jordan lining up on that side of the ball, lining up on the other side of the line, and being effective on both sides. And again, he continues to be one of the best not talked about defensive linemen in this league. 2
sacks, 4 hurries, 2 deflected passes. He played all 77 defensive snaps, played both left and right defensive end, was a factor in both positions. So he's having a terrific year. He's a Pro Bowl, perhaps all-pro defensive end.
And once again, he's not getting much help on that defensive line because they have to move him on side to side. All right, much more coming up here. The Saints' third down offense has long been one of their strongest areas, but it was exposed as a weakness against the Rams. Sean Pazan joins us on set and breaks down the film to show you the different shortcomings next.
You're watching the Jim Henderson Black and Gold Review.
Welcome back in. One of the Saints' biggest struggles this season reared its ugly head again yesterday, and Sean Vazan's here to talk about that and much more. Sean?
No doubt about that. Of the 13 times the Saints faced a third down Sunday, they moved the sticks all of 3 times. It was one of the first things Sean Payton mentioned after the game. You could tell the lack of production here had them off rhythm all game, which begged the question, what exactly went wrong?
Our third downs on offense stunk. Look, it might have been the third down plan was bad.
That soundbite sent me to the film lab looking to dissect what went wrong on third down. The answer, as Sean Payton alluded to, was a little bit of everything. Let's start with execution. On the very first third down of the game, the Saints are facing a 3rd and 10. Drew Brees drops back and gets sacked and fumbles. At first glance, it looks like Teron Armstead was beat. He was. However, watch again. Look at 41, Alvin Kamara. He is open on the crossing route. Brees is late to recognize it, and by the time he does, he's sacked. More sloppy execution came in the third quarter. Brees located Ted Ginn Jr. on the deep ball, but clearly Ginn loses track of the ball in the sun. It wouldn't have mattered. The Saints were flagged for an illegal shift. Just a bad play on a crucial down all the way around. The Saints faced 5 third downs of less than 3 yards Sunday, but only ran the ball once on these 5 plays. No coincidence, it was one of their conversions on the day. In the second quarter, though, the Saints had the perfect opportunity to run Mark Ingram, but didn't. Here they are. The Saints are in 11 personnel with Brees in the shotgun. The Rams have 2 deep safeties, which means they only have 6 in the box. However, instead of handing it off to Ingram, Brees throws it to him in the flat, where Alex Ogletree is there to make a great play. Payton also talked about bad planning on third down. This showed up on their final drive of the first half. Faced with a 3rd and 8, the Saints have a very interesting personnel grouping. They're in 12 personnel, which means 2 tight ends, with Josh Hill and Michael Ho'omanawanui, and 2 wide receivers, with Ginn and Tommy Lee Lewis. In the backfield is Ingram. So on 3rd and long, Payton didn't have Michael Thomas, Kobe Fleener, or Alvin Kamara on the field. This is a big advantage for the Rams defense, and they took full advantage. Brees has lots of time to throw the ball, but no one can get open, and Brees throws the incompletion. Sometimes you have to tip your cap to the defense you're playing. The perfect example came in the second quarter. The play design is solid. Out of a bunch formation, the Saints send Ginn on a shallow cross. It looks as though the space will open up. But then watch Ogletree. He knocks Ginn off his route, which threw off the timing and allowed Connor Barwin to get to Brees. By the time Brees threw it, it was behind Ginn, and the Saints could not convert. Sunday was not an outlier. This has been a problem all year long. It's been masked a bit because it hasn't resulted in losses. The Saints are converting only 39% of their third downs, by far the lowest of the Payton era. This must get cleaned up for them to have a chance these next 2 weeks against Carolina and Atlanta. But third down was a big problem, and Jim, we were there. They just didn't look like themselves. They're a timing rhythm team. When you can't get those extra plays, they had 57 plays, I think, that were run in the game. You just can't get into rhythm, and just there was no flow to the game.
Yeah, even in the rhythm, coming in and out of the huddle, getting up to the line of scrimmage quickly, being set, not having to reposition people who maybe gotten a bit confused. The communication wasn't good. Yeah, everything about it, and we've seen it so often. When the Saints get in trouble like that, from a rhythm basis, and that's the key to this offense, they usually struggle with it the entire game, as they did.
Yeah, and look, it really, from the first drive on, it was a problem all game. You know, you take away that Alvin Kamara run and that last touchdown, they didn't do much offensively, so it was a tough day.
Outside of Kamara and Michael Thomas, you don't have any other guys contributing to this offense, so that maybe plays a big part in it as well.
Yeah, you know, I think, and we've mentioned this a few times this season already. It's a new identity being formed on this offense. You know, on the edge, and especially pass catching when it comes to wide receiver and tight end, you don't have the same type of playmakers that you've once had. You have Michael Thomas, as you said, and you can run the ball, obviously, and Kamara is a dual threat, but they're lacking some playmakers on the edge there, and I think that's an issue with this offense.
You know, one thing that the guy that does our stats for our broadcast uncovered to me today that I thought was really surprising, you know who Brees' biggest target is in the fourth quarter? Kobe Fleener. And, of course, he was missing yesterday with concussion-like symptoms. 11 of 12 completions for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns to Fleener in the fourth quarter from Breeze. And that's the last guy I would think about that would be their big target in those situations, but he was missing as well. So kind of the perfect storm yesterday. A good football team coming home, playing in first place, knowing that they were up against the hottest team in the NFL. A lot of things went the Rams' way, but it's not like they're untalented. I mean, I thought their quarterback showed maturity way beyond his years, and everybody pointed out Wade Phillips and how difficult he is to play against. He's a great defensive coordinator, has been for years, and everybody gave him his props.
I think the disappointing part, the Saints want to show better against the better teams because in the playoffs, that's who you're going to be playing. Sean breaks down film like none other, and every Thursday night on Game Plan at 10:35, he looks back on the key plays from the previous week, and then Sunday mornings on Tailgate, he'll give you a preview of the opposition that you won't see anywhere else. Let's get you right to our question tonight. This one is on Arthur Millette and submitted on the Final Play app using the Final Word feature. Is it time for Arthur Millette to get some playing time over Davante Harris? That's from Keith and Marrero, and Millette, of course, a local kid.
Yeah, but we don't really see what he contributes to practice. We don't know how far along he is as a pretty much inexperienced kid. Would you throw him in at this point of the season over a guy that's been in the system for 2 years?
Well, look, it's an obvious question for today because Davante Harris played so bad on Sunday, but they've been pretty deep at corner, quite frankly, throughout basically the entire year with Marshawn Lattimore and King Crawley. And remember, Kenny Vaccaro plays that third cornerback role normally. So while I want to see Arthur Millette succeed, and I obviously think he deserves an opportunity, we don't see what they see in practice, and clearly he's not ready yet. If you see what's on the field, then he's not getting a whiff right now.
But maybe this latest performance by Davante Harris says we need to make a change there. And what do we have to lose with Millette, who 16 special team snaps against Carolina? That's the only time he's seen action on the field this year. So he's very raw.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had the answer to that.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I think you'll see more of Sterling Moore this week if King Crawley or Marshawn Lattimore can't go.
All right, stick around, Sean. Much more to get to, including will it be a December to remember or forget? We'll look ahead at 5 crucial games in the month of the in the final month of the season. That's next. Stay with us.
You're watching the Jim Henderson Black and Gold Review.
All right, welcome back in. It's time to talk about what comes next and the next 5 games. It's going to be a December to remember. Good or bad, it remains to be seen with this football team.
Well, it was a good November.
Yes.
3-1. First time since 2013 that the Saints have been 3-1 in November. But what happened after that 3-1 November in 2013 was not good.
Sean, back in 13, they start 9-2 and finish 2-3. They go from being the division winner down to that 6th final playoff spot. That's what you're hoping doesn't happen again this time.
Obviously not, but this is what Drew Brees meant when he said 2 weeks ago, when they're coming off the field against Buffalo, the best one of the season, it only gets tougher. These games get tougher. They've now played 2 back-to-back pretty bad games if really added up against Washington and obviously against LA. And it only gets tougher from here on out. In December, you have this stretch. The NFC South is exactly what we thought it was going to be this year. So, look, it's been a great ride so far, but you have to finish, and it's going to be tough. There's going to be more games like we saw, tough games like we saw the last couple of weeks, as opposed to the easier games against Chicago and Buffalo and those type of games left.
Well, the Saints made their run when both Atlanta and Tampa Bay and Carolina were all faltering, in particular Carolina and Atlanta. Now suddenly it's the Saints that seem to be faltering a bit while Atlanta's coming on and Carolina's coming on. So you're right. This is about where everybody expected this NFC South would be, but they got here in different times and in different ways, and now you just got to regain the momentum because the other 2 teams have got theirs.
And if you look at the schedule, if you win at home, you'll win the division. They've got 3 of the 5 games at home. Of course, Carolina on Sunday. Follow that up with a short rest to get ready to go to Atlanta. Then the Jets at home, Atlanta at home, and they finish with could be a difficult game on the road to Tampa Bay. They always play the Saints tough, and with so much maybe riding on the outcome there. But again, if you can take care of what happens at home, then you take care of business.
Yeah, and I think the division is obviously where you need to focus, and I think that's probably where the Saints are focused. And if you look at their schedule, obviously they have to focus on the division over the next 5 games. I'll say this, though. I'm a little bit concerned because they lost to Minnesota and they lost to L.A. That's 2 tiebreaker games that they now have lost. So if they're identical records with Minnesota and L.A., guess what? They'll end up being the 4th seed as opposed to the 3rd or 2nd seed. So I think it's going to be a tough scenario. Look, 3-team race for an NFC South title there, but they got to win to keep going. It's that simple.
If they lose to Carolina on Sunday, Jim, and Atlanta wins, then all of a sudden the Saints go from being the division leader to the 6th playoff spot.
Yeah, and you worry about Carolina and Atlanta because they're back to playing their kind of football. Julio Jones having a monster day for Atlanta yesterday. Carolina winning with Cam Newton having an okay day. At one time, he missed 8 straight passes. He's got a sore thumb. He's running a little bit more, but they win with defense. Luke Kuechly returns a fumble for a touchdown, and they got a guy who I've never even heard of returning a punt for 60 yards for a touchdown, and that's the way the Panthers
grinding them out.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And look, the team the Saints saw earlier in the season is not the team they're going to see this Sunday. So they have the work cut out for them. I'll say this. If the Saints can get healthy, you know, I thought Klein looked like himself yesterday, but Vaccaro did not look like himself. If they get Lattimore and Crawley back, if they get healthy at the right time, they'll be fine for this stretch.
The Atlanta team, which you haven't played them yet, does that scare you a little bit more than maybe Carolina? Because there's a bit of an unknown against Atlanta. I know you play them twice a year, but you still haven't played them this year to kind of see what they can do and what you can do against them.
Well, I think the whole thing is Julio Jones, you know, and now Ryan seems to be back on track a little bit. He had his struggles, obviously. This just looks like the team that represented the NFC in the Super Bowl last year, and it took a while for them to get there. But, yeah, you worry about them. Those are going to be 2 tough games. Carolina's going to play them tough. You know, Tampa Bay might be the key to this whole thing. They haven't quit yet, and they got these guys down the stretch.
And when you play them, it's always tough, no doubt about that. Atlanta is too good to be down. So this is the team we always thought we would see all year, and it's coming at the right time. So they keep winning. So, yeah, Atlanta, as you said, Juan, early may have looked like an easier opponent. Now looks like they're playing their best football.
5 games to go, 4 against division opponents, 3 of them at home. Again, if you can take care of the home, you'll be okay. Sean, thank you. Nice job once again. Nice job once again. All right, still to come, previewing the Panthers. Is this a must-win game for the Saints? Hondo will break it all down for us next.
You're watching the Jim Henderson Black and Gold Review.
Saints on top 7-6. Peterson still in there. Play fake to him. Breeze throws into the end zone. Touchdown for the Saints. Brandon Coleman.
September 24th seems like a long time ago. That was week 3 for the Saints. They went in 0-2 to Carolina. They came out 1-2 against the 2-0 Panthers team, and that just kind of flipped the season for them.
Yeah, it really did. Sean Payton looks back to the 2-game series against the Dolphins over in London. Previous to that, the victory over Carolina, you're 0-2. You've played terribly. You win those 2 games, and you start 2 of your 8-game winning streak. So, yeah, really turned things around. And that was a different Carolina team, though, then. Newton was coming off arm problems, hadn't really done much in preseason, was not accurate. And at the time, they were trying to make him a pocket passer, and that's what happens when you keep him in the pocket. He throws interceptions. He threw 3 of them in that game. He was sacked 4 times, didn't throw a touchdown. He had a quarterback rating of 43.8, and things just broke well for the Saints. Greg Olsen wasn't available for that game. Don't know if he will be this coming Sunday, but perhaps it's likely. Luke Kuechly was lost in the course of that game. Kelvin Benjamin, who's no longer on the team, but was their best receiver at the time, hurt in the first half. So the Saints got a lot of breaks in that game, and things really turned around.
It would seem that Ron Rivera has said, I'm stepping back and let Cam be Cam, because that's the best way we can win right now.
Yeah, I mean, he had 9 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown yesterday against the Jets. Yeah, I think they've realized that too. Their running game has been pretty spotty. Stewart hasn't really had much of a season, and so they weren't getting a running game from anybody but him, particularly in the red zone, particularly in goal-to-go situations. And here he's going to do his Superman. And remember the big fight the Saints got in with him back with Curtis Lofton in the day when he tried to do the Superman bit in the end zone after scoring. But, you know, he's got a skill set that nobody else in the NFL really does. He can be great. He can be terrible. You never quite know. And I don't think the Panthers know what they're going to get from Cam from week to week.
But they're like what they're getting from him right now in that football team. And this reminder that the Jim Henderson Review Show is only a part of Fox 8 football on Fox 8 schedule throughout the fall. We've got a full preview of the Panthers on Thursday night's game plan. Friday is time for high school football with Sean Vazan and Chris Hagan. Sunday, Fox 8 Live tailgate at 10 a.m. Even though kickoff isn't until 3:25, we've still got to wrap up the day on the final play at 10:30. And then, of course, we do it all over again beginning next Monday evening. Until then, for Jim Henderson, Sean Vazan, and everyone here at Fox 8, I'm Juan Kincaid. Thanks for watching. Our next newscast is at 4:30 in the morning. Have a great night.
From Fox 8 Sports, this has been the Jim Henderson Black and Gold Review.